Welcome back to the coolest channel on YouTube. Look, man, I'm back with another one. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Let's get this video right here to like 20,000 likes, man. There's a lot of strange and weird things going on in the world, and y'all been sending me video after video. Look, I align these things in a certain way, so if you skip through this video, you will be lost in the sauce, man. It's a vibe to this one right here, man. Make sure that y'all paying attention, but don't believe everything you see in these videos, man. Use your discernment. I'm not in charge of what your grown ass believe in. But look, let's get to this video, man. Positive vibes only. Let's get it.
I'm back with another video. I will be speaking about the drones. All right, as you know, I'm in the army, the military, whatever you gonna call it. Look, we are launching the drones up in the sky as of right now in New Jersey and stuff, in Texas, everywhere. Like, y'all don't gotta be afraid. Them are man-made drones. And we're doing the launching or whatever. Now, what you do have to be concerned of, my bad, my eye, but it's the orbs that's inside the sky that y'all see that's glowing and stuff, that's shooting down the drones and all that. That's not a part of us. Them are actually real life aliens. Like, aliens do exist. They're above and they're below us. Yes, they do exist. And 2025 there will be a lot more of exposing the truth. I can't say the reason why, but because it's already out here, so I can speak on this. Aliens are real, and we will have to evacuate sooner than later. But just be careful. Keep looking up in the sky at night. They only come at night. They will only come at night. I don't know the reason. I just know it's been investigated. Aliens are real. And we're trying to figure out why they're here visiting us right now. It's a lot going on within the United States. It's a lot of everything, but they're real. Be careful. Watch out.
I can't
crazy,
get into the
bro.
house. I can't get home.
Frozen
I
doodle
can't get
water.
home. I can't get in my building.
New York City in the Bronx.
Oh, they got
A sewage pipe burst, bro. So people is literally in doodle water, bro. Like what's going on in the Bronx? Like all that money,
furniture is floating.
and we
in that
in doodle
motherfucker.
water, frozen
That's
doodle
not
water.
right.
This shit crazy.
You know they need.
Is this not the right time to say it's a lot of shit going on? Like, that's wild though. Like, when you think that it couldn't get no worse than being in Florida and all that crazy weather hitting, and then you got gators and you got sharks in the water that's pushing up on shore. I don't know what I'm more afraid of. I thought that it was the gators. It might be a turd bumping into me in the water, hit you in the lip or some shit. Touch your skin. Let a pine cone hit the water and let the water, you feel me? Freak out. I couldn't imagine, y'all. I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't make it through this one. I probably survived the gator and the shark situation, but the doo-doo, count me out.
Hey y'all, you see why I believe you gotta sell your soul to be really, really rich? Cause how come it's always the rich people in their damn mansions that they be finding all this weird stuff at, bro? Like, why the hell are you gonna build a tunnel system and build a whole satanic church in the bottom of your house with real human bones? This reminds me of Benjamin Franklin. He had a whole bunch of dead bodies at the bottom of his house when they searched his basement. What is up with the elite and worshiping the devil and human sacrifice? Cause y'all can't tell me people are out here worshiping the devil and not sacrificing anything. Like, for real, have you ever seen somebody find a whole damn satanic church at the bottom of a house in the suburbs? No wonder why they're so rich. Look at all them sacrifices they made.
And they said that we're gonna you seen the soldiers say that evacuate where? Because Elon's shooting them rockets and they ain't getting through the firmament. So we're going to go underground with these weirdos? Oh, hell. I fend for my life up here. Yeah, I'm good. Y'all can go down there with the creepy people.
125 years ago,
Your booty's not gonna be safe.
Coca-Cola was doing the math on its sales. I believe by that point it had already abandoned the cocaine content. It was just cola at that point. But once you name something cocaine cola, how do you ever walk back from that? You know what I mean? It's too good of a name. So they noticed something. People bought Coca-Cola in the summer. A little bit in the fall, a little bit in spring, not in the winter. People didn't think of it as a winter drink. So the Coca-Cola advertisers were like, well, wouldn't it be great if we could somehow trick people or convince people or talk people or coax or whatever, brainwash people into drinking Coca-Cola in the winter too. So here's what Coca-Cola advertisers came up with. They thought, what if we somehow worked Coca-Cola into Christmas? Now, I know what you're thinking, Christmas is such a big deal. Not back then. Back then, Easter was the big deal. Christmas was important. People would go do Mass to commemorate Christ's birth, but everybody's bored. The real interesting thing is to be killed, executed, and then come back 2 days later. That's fascinating, which is why people had focused on Easter. So what the Coca-Cola advertisers did was, they found a saint who was about to be decanonized, Santa Claus. The Catholic Church was like, he hasn't performed a miracle in a while, let's unemploy him. They grabbed him, they merged him with the story of Saint Nick, and then somebody got inspired. And the inspiration was to merge him with Kris Kringle. Kris Kringle was a Danish thief whose job in the day was a chimney sweep. He could pop his shoulders out and he could fit down a chimney. He would rob your house and then work his way back up, but you'd have a clean chimney. And they merged this together, but they then took St. Nicholas out. He was usually portrayed as a young man and skinny young man in green and brown clothing. They stuck him in Coca-Cola colors, red and white. They even decided to give him some pink in his skin to keep the Coca-Cola colors going. So they made him an old man so he could have white hair. And then they stuck him on the bottom. That's why periodically you'll see Santa Claus on a Coca-Cola bottle, or a Coca-Cola can, around Christmas time. Because they made him up. And they transformed Christmas. So instead of Christmas being an important event, but not an especially emotional event, an especially involved event, necessarily. I mean, there were nice traditions around it, stockings and maybe a Christmas tree. They turned it into this thing where all of a sudden this mythical being who drinks a lot of Coca-Cola is bringing you presents. I guess that's how he stays up so late, because think about how many hours it would take to bring presents to everybody. And in the process now, the average Christian in the United States at least thinks Christmas is the important Christian holiday. And it's forced other religions to think about what holiday they could promote during that time period, like Hanukkah. Hanukkah was never especially important. I mean, it's important, but not like, you wouldn't evolve like a whole bunch of time and energy and effort around it. But then, right, if you're Jewish and you're like looking at your kids going, we wish we had a Christmas tree, you need something to compete with this. And the next thing you know, there's a Kwanzaa, because of Coca-Cola advertisers trying to get you to drink more Coca-Cola. They've changed our religion, they've changed our culture, they've changed us economically. So you can imagine what happens when you have a government deliberately thinking about these things.
Look closely at this photo from 1813. It's the city of Krakow in southern Poland, flooded. But this flooding is not normal. It can happen after a hurricane or cyclone, but much bigger. Take a look at the surrounded building that is half submerged. The flooding has been so bad that other nearby buildings are almost completely submerged. So what could have caused this flood in 1813? It was caused by the Great Flood of 1802 following a 600-foot tsunami, and the photograph shows the waters receding 11 years later, and the buildings that were underwater beginning to appear on top. Some have doubts, saying that the camera was invented in 1839, how they photographed the flood of 1813. Well, the camera was invented long ago during the Tartars, and after Tartaria was decimated, destroyed by the Great Flood of 1802, the camera was just reintroduced by parts that control the world today. So the photo in question was taken from the roof of another building, or more likely, from a flying object, for example, a balloon, which was used a lot at the time, and of an individual who survived the Great Flood and had a camera with them.
They're board meetings, like around big board tables, and we're all gathered together, and two extraterrestrials come and they sit on one end, and we ask them questions, and they tell us what's been going on. So there is one fundamental aspect to working with the extraterrestrials. They absolutely insist that humans have to understand their composite nature, that the physical body is not who they are. The physical body is just nothing. It's like some clothing that you're wearing, and that you're actually inside that. This planet is being run as a prison by a group of extraterrestrials who they oppose. I call the ones that we work with the good guys, the good ETs, and the bad ones. They have written agreements with the United States government, and apparently a few other governments, to allow them to operate here on Earth, basically operating a huge, absolutely huge human trafficking operation. They're not interested in the gold or the minerals or the plant life. They want the people. And they want the beings that are inside the people, which are what we call isbes, someone who is for the purpose of being. Other people call it soul, spirit, which is just stupid because they're trying to prove that they have a soul. And everybody in the universe says, what the heck are you talking about? You are the soul. Telling us you're your body is like telling us you're your shirt. And humans have been caught in this system. This is operating literally as a prison where people can't get out. When people die, they see the light. You've heard that story a zillion times. They get drawn to the light. It's like a really strong magnetic pull. And then when they get to the light, they're zapped with an electric bolt that's way more voltage than lightning. They're totally rattled. They lose their remote viewing capability, their telepathy capability. That's normal means of communication throughout the entire galaxy. And they lose that. And then an AI comes in. It's all computerized. An AI comes in and says, we've been talking about your case with the Council of Elders. You see the Council of Elders over there? Yeah, you're a very important person, the Council of Elders. And we think that, remember that argument you had with your son or daughter or your grandmother or whatever? We think there's a couple wrinkles in your personality you need to work on. Now, with no memory, you've been rattled, no telepathy, no remote viewing capability, you inevitably say, sounds good to me, and that cycles you back in the system. This is a psychological prison. It's not held with bars and cement and things like that in a physical prison that we have here. It's a psychological prison. So if the psychology is broken, the prison gets broken down. The good ETs, the ones we work with, they consider everybody on Earth as their friends and relatives who were taken from them like zillions of years ago and placed here. This is also a repository for bad people. That's why we have so many crazy criminals that are pedophiles, that are perverts and things like that, violent people. Bad people get thrown here as well. But they also, because once you get in here, you can't get out, and it just keeps them out of the system. And so you also have the vast majority of everybody are just people who were thrown here. Maybe they didn't pay their taxes. Maybe they did a wink to somebody's daughter, and it was a powerful bureaucrat. Somebody, maybe they for whatever reason, they were political opponents. They were running in the guerrilla groups. They were opposing the authoritarian groups. Whatever happened, they get put here, and it's a prison that sort of keeps everybody here. And because they don't have remote viewing or natural telepathic capabilities, they can't see out of it, and they don't know that. So the ETs that are up there, you've heard a zillion reports. Everybody who's interacted with an extraterrestrial, they all say the same thing. They speak telepathically. That's how they communicate. They do not use English. They do not move their mouth and have sounds come out and then listen to their ears. They all communicate perfectly well with telepathy. They worked with us for years, And again, they didn't want to put any focus on it. They didn't want it to be public because they had a lot of stuff to do with a lot of remote viewers. They had to teach us how to see them. They had to teach us how to be able to talk with them, how to be able to communicate, how to have board meetings, and we all pick up whatever they say. And then they had to develop the library. The advanced remote viewing procedures that were originally developed, they were originally started with the U.S. military, but the ones that we use now are like way different. They were the ones who guided us to develop those things. We have
So Donald Trump just addressed everybody about saying that Elon Musk was going to be the president, right? And how the media was making that claim. Said Elon is not even from America, so he can't be the president. But what Donald Trump didn't say during that meeting is he never said he wasn't going to be the Speaker of the House. So you have the richest man in the world who has now invested in the United States, and he's put $100 million into the UK's their presidential election behind one candidate. So imagine if Elon, he has that guy in Canada, he has his guy in America, and then he dabbles into Mexico's election. Imagine how much power Elon will have if he had all three of these combined interests. So it's interesting, guys. Peace and love, and I'm out.
Jeffrey Hinton,
seen as the godfather of artificial intelligence, has quit his job at Google, warning of the dangers of AI.
does humanity know what it's doing?
No. I think we're moving into a period when, for the first time ever, we may have things more intelligent than us.
You believe they can understand?
Yes.
You believe they are intelligent?
Yes.
You believe these systems have experiences of their own and can make decisions based on those experiences?
In the same sense as people do, yes.
Are they conscious?
I think they probably don't have much self-awareness at present. So in that sense, I don't think they're conscious.
Will they have self-awareness?
Oh, yes. I think they will in time.
And so human beings will be the second most intelligent beings on the planet.
Yeah. But as soon as it gets really complicated, we don't actually know what's going on any more than we know what's going on in your brain.
What do you mean we don't know exactly how it works? It was designed by people.
No, it wasn't. What we did was we designed the learning algorithm. That's a bit like designing the principle of evolution. But when this learning algorithm then interacts with data, It produces complicated neural networks that are good at doing things, but we don't really understand exactly how they do those things.
Merkaba.
They're shooting at, but they shooting.
Our ancestors, light beams.
That ain't no drone. Look at that. All you hear is Allah Akbar. Just they can't hit it. Look at that. Look at that.
That's the Merkaba, our light aura. Our light aura. The Merkaba. It is called the divine light vehicle. It is allegedly used to help masters ascend and connect to higher realms. That's your aura. The spinning wheel that you would see certain angels have inside the Bible, your aura.
It's like hitting a double end bag, man. They can't even hit
Our
it.
Merkaba, light bodies, our vehicle.
50, 100. Dancing on them.
Looks like a
and
butterfly.
Funny, it makes a U-turn. It
Looks
comes
like a
right
butterfly.
back. It's like a board.
The Merkaba. Go ahead and pause this and read it. It's like I said, it's like a butterfly ascending or a caterpillar ascending to a butterfly. We ascend and we become different bodies. You see, converting their form from mortal carbon-based to immortal silicon-based body.
So when we start splitting atoms, we're actually messing with things in other dimensions.
Wow.
So that's why the aliens came and started, making their presence known in the 40s when we started setting off hydrogen nuclear bombs. We just with some guy's grandmother in another dimension.
Really?
By messing with things on a molecular cellular level.
So that being said, there probably won't be nuclear war then.
Well, that's why we're not going to have a nuclear war. They won't allow it.
Right.
They can kill ourselves in any way we want, but they're not going to let that happen because A, it's affecting them in other parts of the universe and other universes even because it's all connected. And also because they don't want us destroying the biosphere here because they come and harvest stuff off this planet.
Now, I seen this commercial right here when I was shopping for videos, and this is a commercial, and just look at everything that it's saying. It's giving us all the information that's currently happening if you know how to like read code, y'all. Just watch the video a couple times and it start to click for you. You don't have to know everything. Don't be concerned with knowing everything, but you can see the symbolism and signs. See the portal, Celestial Park, Dark Universe, Harry Potter. These are all the universes that are coming together, and that the stuff that we're going to start to see in our reality. They've been telling us this for the longest, man. Did y'all see the spinning thing? What is that? Come on, I can't break down everything. Can y'all see it? Watch it back again. It's crazy. I ain't one of those ones. I ain't gonna break this down. It's obvious. If you don't know at this point, you don't know. Face.
Anybody got an iPhone, they got Siri. Let me tell you something. Siri knows everything that you be talking about. So I left my wallet at home, right? So I texted my wife and said, take the wallet with you to work. And when I get off, I come by and get it, right? My wife had sent me a text. So right after she texted me, she called me. She said, baby, did you know that while I was sending your text, Siri told me, don't forget your husband's wallet. Man, she said they kind of scared her, like, what kind of message did how Siri know my conversation? Man, y'all better be careful with this Siri stuff. That thing.
Google just confirmed that there's multiple universes after testing their quantum computer chip. Meet Willow, its largest quantum computer chip ever. And the founder, Heart Mutant Evan, said it was so powerful, it borrowed energy from other universes. After it solved the benchmark problem in 5 minutes, which would take a current supercomputer 10 septillion years. That is older than the universe, which Heart Mutant and the team at Google believe that there could be multiple universes because of that performance. Now, for all those people that think this is fake and they're making it up, this is a real area of study in the science space, which is what started quantum physics in the first place. And not to be that guy, Marvel, DC, and Rick and Morty have been telling us about this for decades, but no one pays attention. So what's the goal for Google and why are they doing this? Well, the goal is to make it useful for everyday problems and easy to use, just like an iPhone. We are just beginning the age of quantum computing and AI, and it's gonna help us and it's gonna hurt us. But the best thing you can do right now is lean in and learn about this technology and use it, because running from it isn't gonna do anything.
Right. It baffles me too. As we progress, it's like people forget that we're actually progressing and nothing is gonna stay the same. Like, believe it or not, there's still some people out here in the world that are trying to sell DVDs and stuff. Real talk. There's still people that are, trying to sell knockoff J's in the back of the trunk still. Those are old hustles. People don't understand that you can get a crypto mining machine for like a couple $100s and be making passive income, a couple $1,000s a year to like millions of dollars a year from doing stuff like that. There's different hustles. Everything changes. People got to understand that fast food jobs and warehouse jobs are starting to get taken over by machines. So we're going to have to start thinking differently and, stop running away from technology and actually understand it. And if technology was to turn against us, I would like to know a lot about our enemy, right? But yeah, it is what it is, though. Let's get back to it.
Plain, but it just looks incredibly bright.
What the heck? Did I just record?
What?
What? Alexis, I don't think that's a plane.
Why? Plain, but it just looks incredibly bright.
What the heck? Did I just record?
What?
What? Alexis, I don't think that's a plane.
Why? Plain, but
An artist from back then named Perry Lonica, right? He had claimed that there's many layers under St. Michael's, y'all. This painting is called Dante's Hell, right, y'all? And I just find it funny that this shit was way back then, and he basically illustrated Hollow Earth. Now, the other thing that I wanted to point out is this. You peep how that's like the sun it looked like?
It looked like the Hollow Earth and they telling you something about the multiverse too, right? It's different layers to it.
Hold on, I took a screenshot and zoomed in so y'all can see. They was basically saying that there's different levels underneath us, y'all. And that there's something at the bottom of there and there's also another sun. It's also funny that in the Bible it stated that there's a place called Sheol. That's like an inner earth. Like some type of hell on earth inside of the earth though. And I know y'all remember the Hollow Earth scene when King Kong was falling. You can see the sun right there. Is it just a coincidence when you go on Google and you look up Hollow Earth entrances, right? And you see this, and there's a sun in the middle. There's literally places around the world where they said that you can walk to this place, but it takes miles and miles and miles. Like imagine walking downwards to the ocean beyond. So y'all just gotta think, yo. It's this far-fetched. Yo, I'm back on my shit, man. Wake up!
Just sent me down a whole rabbit hole, you hear me? Now back in May, I remember seeing this on this app. Still Nation posted this, and then when you swipe, and I was just like, dang. Apparently Kendrick said, man, I'm way ahead of you, nigga. All right, let's get to Pick. I don't even know how to start, fuck it. So in the song Peekaboo, how does it start off? Give a helping hand to your fellow man. Bro. And apparently the guy's playing video was shot in Florida and Drake gave away damn near $1 million because he was high key making a mockery of the Give a Helping Hand challenge that Triple X. Then K-Dot said Peekaboo 17 times. Pause and count it. That's 16, right? Peekaboo 17. Why 17? In the Not Like Us video, he did 17 push-ups. Bro, why 17 though? And why do he keep saying Peekaboo? Why is the name of the song Peekaboo? Because Triple X and Juice WRLD had a song called Peekaboo that they released on SoundCloud. And no, this is not the first time K-Dot said anything about Peekaboo on Silent Hill. Peekaboo can't hide behind your money, dog. This is the song that had Kodak Black. Well, why was Kodak Black on? Because when Kodak Black was locked up, he ran into the nigga that unalived Triple X, and they got into it. And when K-Dot caught wind of it, he locked in with Kodak, like, let's go. And yes, K-Dot did fuck with Triple X. He brung Drum on a damn tour. If you know the history between Drum and Drake, Drum brung out Triple X to time. So when that man said the rabbit hole gets deep, I can go further, I promise. And I can't confirm this because I don't got Twitter, but in one of the videos I was watching, somebody commented that when Triple X dropped 17, Kendrick was showing love to him on Twitter because he felt like he was one of the voices for the generation. So K-Dot said this is not a song, this is a revelation how to get a nigga gone. This is what he talking about, like, ooh. See, this is why J. Cole was like, I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm out of here. Yo, help me out, fam. This is a lot to unpack.
Yeah, as if we didn't have enough going on in 2020.
Like, if I understand that she about to go into some shit, but we can't move on. What y'all thinking, man? What y'all thinking when it come to that, man? That was set up way too properly for me to just ignore that. So now I gotta go see these things for myself because there's a lot going on. It's a lot I don't want to say either because that just gets real strange. But are y'all feeling the vibe? Hmm.
24, they're about to resume the search for the missing Malaysia Flight 370. Yeah, the shit flying around in the air, and now you want to go looking for this plane that's been missing for years. We didn't make shows about it. We didn't fucking laughed about it. But now y'all want to go looking for missing Malaysia Flight 370? Y'all want to finish 2024 off like that? I don't think so. Think y'all just gonna casually make the announcement like, hey, remember those hundreds of passengers and that random ass plane that was a Boeing? Of course it was a fucking Boeing that randomly disappeared up into the cosmos. We're going to go look for it now. Why now? What alien came down here and gave y'all the scoop on the Bermuda Triangle that y'all gonna go look for this fucking plane again? And I'm sorry, when did we stop looking for it? I thought like when some shit like that happens, it's like an ongoing investigation. You telling me you bitches gave up? Yeah, Malaysia approves the new search because this is new because y'all gave up. You funky dog-head ass bitches. I can't believe this shit. They basically saying they about to resume and approve a new search for the missing flight MH370. You don't remember who that is? That's a Malaysian airline flight that disappeared in March of 2014 on its way to Beijing, China from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia with 239 people on board. Of course, they have not been able to locate this Boeing 777 and they have sputtered over the years and hundreds of families of those on board remain haunted by the tragedy, clearly. They said, but fuck that. We got 70 million US-based Marine dollars to go and find this motherfucking aircraft. How much you want to bet they about to cause psychosis in everybody? We're about to literally like take my bingo card. 2024, can we just get to New Year's without some shit going on?
Guys, I'm not sure what I'm witnessing here, but I believe that I'm witnessing a portal opening up and then a 1950s plane fly out of the portal. And it scared the heck out of me. Look at this. Unfortunately, I stopped for a split second.
That thing was just
because it started to look like it was flying towards me. Look at this footage. Look at the portal open.
Dude.
Is this not completely insane?
Oh God, please be a plane. Please be a plane. Please be a plane.
Strange, right? Are y'all thinking what I'm thinking? Is it what it is?
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Here's your proof right here in this video. So what you're looking at is a drone or a plasmoid or a UAP, whatever it is, got stuck in the top of this tree. These people got it on video, and as you can see, it looks completely different when the light's shining on it or when there's not light. So this is another strange thing that's happening among many. I've recently made a friend that shot down one of these things. That video's on my page. But what in the world is going on? People are so desensitized right now, or they're brainwashed in the fact that we're seeing these things with our eyes and we're not even fazed. I mean, what type of people are we today? I remember years ago someone did a fake alien invasion joke on the radio and it caused chaos. So now we're seeing it with our eyes and people aren't doing anything. But my question to you is, what was that? Or what is this right here in that tree? My goodness. Make sure that you're following this page. Comment below what you think. Get ready, guys. Some crazy stuff is about to happen.
Plasma is now forming in the atmosphere.
In the sky as plasma. They say as plasma forms in the atmosphere with strange glowing colors. Now what they calling this shit? Plasmoids, motherfucker. They know exactly what's going on. Make no mistake, how could they tell us that this shit will appear in this year, y'all? How could they say that it will appear? It will look like a red cross in the sky when it appeared. Now this phenomenon that just happened today all over Illinois, this shit right here, y'all see the cross? Look at the cross now, look close. Look close, just look close. That's the planet in the middle. But look at this, see, it's really like look at this, man. I don't know what make it look like a cross, but look, see that? There go a good picture of it right there. When the man said that it will appear in the sky and it will look like a cross when it appeared between 2015 and 2020, did he lie? Did he lie? When they said that this motherfucker will cause plasma to form in the atmosphere with strength.
2 hours ago, the United States military shot down one of our own jets. The USS Gettysburg shot down an FA-18 Hornet holding 2 pilots. The pilots ejected, but this mistake is trying to be figured out, and little information on how the mistake occurred, how it happened, or why that we weren't able to detect that it was one of our own is still being investigated since it only happened a couple hours ago. But here's a picture of what the jet looked like. This is a picture of the FA-18 Super Hornet that was shot down by our own military. I'm assuming with all how active the airspace is right now that something had to happen to our transcoder didn't pick up that was our jets or our aircraft, and we mistakenly shot it down. But it goes to show you that with all this air activity and all these things that are happening in this area, it is very difficult, and even our own military can get confused when we're looking at our own military jets. But both pilots made it out without injury. One of them sustained minor injuries, but seems like everyone will be all right. What's your thoughts on that?
Y'all see the stuff that are y'all paying attention? Look, man, make sure y'all don't skip, man. This joint right here is crazy, man. It just gives you options to think about and put a couple things in perspectives just to see if you can see that being true. You know, not meaning that it's true. We gotta go out here and do our research, but we can't ignore these things. All of a sudden they're going to look for old planes, and then dude got a video of something he thought. People have been seeing portals and everything. I'm just showing y'all the stuff that's out here on the internet, and it's getting wild. But you know something that's crazy about it is we are so jaded as an Earth now. Earth is so jaded, bruh. We don't care anymore. And I feel y'all. Let's get it.
Just like fired me. I ain't gonna lie, I don't even know how the fuck I did some dumbass shit like this. But yeah, this might be my last motherfucking day. I might as well just fire.
More than a dozen hospitalized. Officials revealing a Los Angeles County resident died after eating the contaminated carrots. That person was over 65 with pre-existing medical conditions. The case is linked to these brands of organic carrots and baby carrots harvested at Grimway Farms in California and sold at popular stores like Target, Wegmans, Trader Joe's, and Walmart. The CDC now asking people to check their refrigerators if they bought bags of whole carrots from August 14 to October 23rd, or baby carrots with best if used by dates from September 11th through November 12th.
Imagine you living your whole life just healthy as a mug, and you're eating good, and you just go to your local grocery store to get you some fucking carrots, and you eat the carrot and you die. That is not the way. That is not the way to go.
Something's up. Something big is up. NASA turned off all of their webs, all of the telescopes. Anything showing an image of Earth and outer space, everything is shut down. So now ask yourself, why is NASA shutting off all of the imagery surrounding Earth and our solar system?
There are people who will not even be born into the body. Yes.
How?
They will not be born. There are so many people out there, you see, they were not born as children. They walked into the body.
Which body?
A body that was available at the stage they can operate.
How?
Good. You see, what we are not being taught, these are some of the things they have to teach us even in our schools.
Okay.
It's not everybody that lives in a body that was born. There are some people, they didn't want to go through the process of being in the womb for 9 months. Being born, learning how to crawl, how to walk, how to stand. No. Some people actually need maybe 10 years in this life, and they are done. Their mission is done. The purpose of coming here is done, but they will not go through that bed. And there are other people who are also here for about 20 years, and their purpose is done. Now, a volunteer can choose to be born, to use the body for 20 years. And that 20 years, that soul can volunteer the body for another person who wants to live for a period of 10 years, but will not be born. So when this soul is exiting, the other soul will enter.
So it's more like the person might be sick.
It's always.
Each one when. Sisamo. Mama hanam takas. Puka chwara. About you.
But in real electricity,
Ibaye mo baking. Ibaye fela mo baking aitaye. Ibaye fela aile yon. Puku. Listen na ki chware. Skype this. About who? Puku. Onale mo tlakasi wen.
This guy.
Ibaye fela li wena sintle fela mo go wena. Wa hana tlakasi.
Hide the baby. Hide him.
This was humanity's first encounter with aliens. Everyone was excited. Not only did they offer free alien technology, but they also cured all of humanity's diseases. To humans, they seemed like gods. But when humans finally saw what the aliens looked like, everyone was in disbelief. Their appearance was just too terrifying, resembling the demons from legends. But because their arrival...
So I showed a different version of this like 6 months ago, but it applies, and this is a different narrative to the story. Just pay attention to it, though.
Had turned Earth into a paradise. People eventually accepted this alien overlord. However, soon after, scientist Mark noticed something strange. After the overlord's arrival, Earth's technology had come to a complete standstill. There were no new inventions or breakthroughs. He quickly reported his discovery to the government officials, but they didn't take it seriously. Because with the overlord's alien technology, humans no longer needed to invent anything. Then, they revealed to Mark that the Overlord wanted help capturing a sample of every species on Earth. Mark quickly asked why, but the officials said they didn't know either. Determined to find out what was going on, Mark started researching and reading various books. Finally, he made a shocking discovery. The Overlord had visited Earth before. That's why their image appeared in ancient texts. And the reason they were seen as demons by our ancestors was most likely because of terrible things they'd done to Earth. At that moment, Mark's girlfriend told him that the Overlord was hosting a banquet the next day, and all the world leaders would be attending. She'd been invited too. Mark insisted she take him along. At the banquet, Mark confronted the Overlord. asking why they were blocking human technological progress and secretly taking the animals. To his surprise, the Overlord replied, saying everything he did was for humanity's benefit. He had blocked technology to keep humans away from dangerous powers that could destroy them, and he had already solved all of Earth's problems. Humans just needed to enjoy life. As for the animals, he was taking them back to his home planet for an exhibition. The people in the room were half skeptical. To prove his point, the Overlord asked for a pregnant woman, offering to perform a gene check on her fetus to ensure the child would be healthy. He had her place her hand on a circular device, and in an instant, a white beam of light shot up into the sky. Everyone was stunned by the sight, but Mark noticed something strange in the beam. It contained a certain symbol. He quickly recorded it. Later, he realized the symbol represented a set of coordinates. This meant the Overlord's claim about checking the fetus was a lie. He then discovered that these coordinates pointed directly to the Overlord's home planet. So Mark started keeping an eye on all the pregnant women who had been exposed to the light. To his horror, he discovered that the children born to these women had developed extraordinary powers.
One time I heard you issue a challenge to any preacher.
Hey, ain't that crazy though? Ain't that crazy? It's the mathing, y'all. Like, is the shit making sense? They're getting set. I just my opinion. They're getting set to introduce themselves. And what can we correlate with all the stuff we've been seeing in the Bible? And, you know, the scrolls, ancient scrolls, all this stuff, you know, the Anunnaki, all these different beings and stuff. It shows that these people were already here before. They never went nowhere, really. You know, it's different factions of them. But, you know, a lot of this shit is about to be introduced again. But do y'all know what to expect? Y'all let me know in the comments down below.
Anything that dispute what you say, has anyone taken your challenge?
Nobody's taking my challenge.
Who have you debated?
Whoever did debate.
Have you ever had like a public debate with anybody? Like it's on YouTube, we can see, or no?
Haven't had a public debate.
You're open to debating anybody?
I'm open, yeah.
Okay, so if we set up anything with anyone else that's maybe expert in the area of topic that you know, you're okay with a panel like that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah, keep going. We'll get to a follow-up.
I really appreciate it, Billy. Thanks so much for interacting. So I don't know if you know what's going on. Billy Carson, that dude, sat down with Wes Huff. Wes Huff is
that dude's sharp.
brilliant.
Very sharp.
Very sharp, very brilliant.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a slaughter.
It was.
I didn't know this happened,
Bro.
but I already know that's like.
Bro, it was a slaughter.
Yeah, that's like
it was
not even-
bad. And within the first couple moments, he admits to misspeaking. He admits to having multiple facts wrong. Like he gets cornered like right away. Billy gets up, walks out because he had to go. Then tells him he can't put it out. After thinking about it, he puts out a trailer. People start talking. Wes does a video explaining what happened. Mark does a video explaining what happened. The same story. Billy Carson doesn't want to.
Together as well.
Yes, Billy Carson does not want this to come out. He is going to put together a debate in the background in person with a real Christian scholar, and that's going to be announced soon. Nothing gets announced. There is no debate. No one is going to sit down with him.
By the way, Wes Huff is a real Christian scholar.
Wes Huff
I know who that is.
He is
I know
brilliant.
both of them are. I just didn't realize this happened.
Yeah, put your debate out. I know it's personal. I know it's complicated, but don't let this man bully you, bro. Don't let this man bully you. Unless, hey, the only caveat I would say, unless he's willing to run it back with Wes in person, and I will pay for Wes's flights and accommodations and food. If he's willing to run it back or run it back with a credible scholar, that would be the only way I wouldn't release this, in my opinion.
Now, y'all been mentioning this stuff to me, man, because there's a lot of Billy haters out here. Just as it was like, you know, a lot of supporters. See, I'm one of those people. I take the good and the bad, but usually I take the good things from every person. I can see the good in each person. So if somebody gets something wrong or they misspeak or something like that, or they're just not educated on the fact, I'm not one of those people that's going to use that to railroad you. And, you know, we might make some jokes out your ass, like, because y'all can do it about me. I'll be wrong about some stuff, but I'll be right about a lot of stuff. But it's cool, though. I won't get mad if y'all troll me. I'll probably laugh with y'all. Real talk, I'll probably laugh with y'all. You got to have fun with this stuff. You can't take everything too serious. But I'm definitely going to do some more research on the topic. I want to see the videos if it's still online, y'all. Let me know. Communicate with me. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of different things going on, but I do want to dive into it. Even though I do like Billy, you know, I'm going to call a spade, man. It is what it is. He ain't, you know, ain't nobody ever did nothing for me. Ain't nobody ever looked out for me. Ain't nobody did nothing for me. I'm not in nobody's pocket, so. You know?
No Christmas.
No Christmas. No Easter.
No Easter.
No.
No Valentine.
No Valentine.
Halloween.
No Halloween.
What about birthdays?
Oh yeah, birthday.
So you got gifts for birthdays?
It was really, basically, it was Christmas.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, money can make you look a lot different.
Christmas and
that's all I'm gonna say.
Easter, because my mama say that those are pagan holidays. So she was like, Christmas is somewhere in the Bible. Like my mama know the Bible from top to bottom. It's somewhere in there where Christmas, like Jesus wasn't born on December 25th. It's made up.
Right.
And it's the people just made up to talk about Jesus.
Right. Okay.
And it's against the Bible against it somehow. Somewhere it's pagan holiday.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of a walk-in soul before? When I first started researching this, it tripped me out. But I think what tripped me out the most is how many people said they feel like they are walk-in souls.
I mean, y'all feel like that. I'm just asking for a friend.
Anybody who's not familiar with a walk-in soul, is basically when your original soul walks out and another soul walks in. Down below it says, some believe it is possible for a person's original soul to leave their body and for a new soul to walk in. It has been said that souls walk in during a period of extreme stress or trauma, or during a period of intense personal problems. Occasionally, other walk-ins claim their entry was made following an agreement with the previous soul. It's like the original.
So niggas is out here just subleasing bodies? Like, this is wild.
And the soul is like, I'm ready for a break or an upgrade. New soul that walks in could be from a different dimension or a higher plane. This could have even been arranged in the spiritual realm beforehand. It's probably an agreement somewhere in the spiritual realm, like, okay, you did your thing, it's time for me to take over. The old soul like, okay, bet, I'm tired anyway. You ever ran into somebody that you know and they act, completely different from what you've known them to act like? And I don't mean in the sense of like a glow up. This person has done a total 360. That could be a walk-in soul. Not always the case, but I'm just saying. A lot of times after people's trauma, you will see this kind of glow up. And remember, I talked to y'all before about those cord cutting rituals. So when you say things like, I don't even want to do this no more, I don't want to be here no more, that could be you making an agreement with another soul to step in. But we got to be real mindful of our words. I'm just curious though, do you feel like a walk-in soul, or do you know somebody who you feel like is a walk-in soul? I know for me, a few people come to mind. But there is a big difference in somebody having a glow up and a walk-in soul. But let me know y'all thoughts. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
I do think that there is a link between what we call psychic phenomena, telepathy, or psionics, as is the more neutral term that's used by the military and the defense community. I do believe that there is a connection between human psionic abilities, telepathic, psychic abilities, and consciousness, and that the UAP phenomenon is tied into that. And I suspect this is one of the largest reasons for why this is being kept secret and for why the NHI are not overtly showing themselves. And my growing hypothesis, it's just a hypothesis because there's a few things I can't tell you right now that I'm going to be reporting on in coming weeks, and I'm very excited to be bringing you that story. But I do know that the Air Force has been working on psionics for many, many decades. They never stopped investigating the power of the human mind and consciousness ever since the Stargate program and the remote viewing program. I know it's been poo-pooed. I know there's a George Clooney movie based on John Ronson's book called The Men Who Stare at Goats, and I know all the supposed debunkers say it's BS. But I can tell you, it's not BS. I've seen it for myself, and it's real. And in forthcoming weeks, you will see why I say it's real. And I believe the United States Air Force has knowingly deceived Congress, successive presidents, and the American public, and the world about what it knows for far too long. It's time for this story to be told. I think the NHI are showing themselves in our skies to twig our consciousness, to make us humans aware of capabilities that many of us don't even realize we have. And I've seen those capabilities demonstrated in recent months. I know they're real, and I frankly don't give a flying fig what the debunkers or the skeptics or the trolls would say about that. It's real, and they will soon be eating humble pie. The capacity for the human mind to engage externally with some kind of uber consciousness has been speculated about in science. Go and have a look at the work on microtubules. Let's have a look at what modern science is speculating about a quantum connection between the human brain and an external consciousness. That's where we're going in this. So what if UAPs are merely a manifestation of something that is above and around us, a consciousness? Some might call it God. Yeah, I know, this is heavy stuff. But what if the purpose of its engagement with the human race is to slowly twig our awareness and to encourage us to use abilities that we don't even know we have? I'm very interested in hearing from people who were part of the GATE program 20 to 30 years ago, who found themselves in rooms with US Air Force officers and strange psychologists in white lab coats, showing them on occasion strange, apparently non-human objects. Yes, this has been happening. Young kids, prepubertal kids, have been misused in experimentation by our military in experiments designed to develop an understanding of how to engage with the phenomenon, with a consciousness. And I think at the same time that NHI consciousness is trying to engage with humanity individually. I've spoken to so many people. I had a message this morning from one person who's an very senior US Air Force person working in a very sensitive area, who told me that they had psychic abilities and they'd never spoken about it, but when they told me about their sighting of a gigantic craft, I said to them, by any chance, do you have psychic abilities? Have you ever had an intuition or a precognition? And they said they were very moved by my question because they'd never really spoken about it, but yes, they have. I do think that there is a link between what we call...
it's going to feel real and urgent. The next would be a media blitz that would come after that. So mainstream media will amplify the story. They're going to interview pilots. They're going to release grainy videos and have experts explain these things that are maybe defying physics. The goal, potentially, and I say all of this as a potential hypothetical, to make everybody believe this is a huge deal. Next would be a global event, and this could be something absolutely wild, like some kind of coordinated UFO appearance, maybe a simulated attack, or even some claim that we've made contact. And it doesn't have to be real, it just has to be believable enough. And of course, then we have a solution. So after the chaos, governments might roll out solutions like new defense initiatives, new military spending, government coalitions, governments kind of coming together, expanded surveillance maybe, and calls for like some international cooperation. All right, so why should we care? Even if all this theory sounds way the hell out there, the technologies exist to make all of it plausible. So holograms, drones, AI, deep fakes are advanced enough to fool large populations. And historically, going back to the year 1 AD, governments have shown that they're not above manipulating fear to get what they want. So now we get to what do we do? What the hell do we do about this? Number one, stay frickin' critical. Do not take everything at face value. Always question why some stories are getting so much attention, and most importantly, who benefits from that story. And educate yourself. You need to look into historical precedents, maybe current technology. You could just use ChatGPT for a lot of this, and some government strategies. So the more you know, the harder it is for you to be manipulated. Focus on reality. So of course, this is nothing but conjecture. I'm just sitting here at my house. We've got a bonfire going on outside. We're about to go sit outside for a little while and just enjoy nature around a fire like our ancestors did. And I don't know anything. I don't know anything more than you do about what's going on. So the sky's the limit for this conjecture, but maybe it's theatrics. But remember that not every light in the sky is some alien. Stay very grounded in what's provable, and know that getting angry at things that are outside your control is stupid. It's just like drinking acid. So here's how to spot a psyop. And I've never said this publicly before, but here is the step-by-step formula that will enable you to spot a psychological operation.
Well, look, man, hopefully y'all got a lot from this video right here, man. This was one of those real chill, but to the point, real punchy, you feel me? And I know that y'all got something from this video right here, man. Let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments down below. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that y'all continue to tag me, send me videos and stuff that y'all want to see, you know, previewed on the channel, and we can make a story out of whatever y'all send me like we always do. You feel me? But look, I appreciate y'all tapping in with me, man. Just make sure that y'all continue to stay vigilant out here, because not everything is what it seems, and not everything that you're going to see physically is going to be what it actually is. And don't be fooled by your emotions and your feelings and your attachments to things, you know, because you're always in charge. You don't have to feel these ways. It's about balance here, y'all. So this video right here is about keeping your head on the swivel, but also creating a stable plan for, you know, things to come in the future, and be ready for everything. And it's not talking about a bad chaotic event. I'm talking about the changing of the way that we operate as a people. I'm talking about everything. So stay vigilant on how you are going to be able to get your money, your food, your resources, and such, etc., etc., etc. So therefore you can always capitalize and make sure that you and your family is in a favorable position, you know. But look, man, we did our thing here tonight, man. Make sure y'all share these videos with your friends, your family. A lot of this stuff that we talk about in these videos be actually coming true, because it's not far from the truth. It's just told from a different perspective. But a lot of people come to the channel and they just don't get that. You feel me? But look, I appreciate y'all. I see you on the next video. And like I always say, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. I love you guys. I see you on the next video. And I'm out though. Bye.